Yo, what up boys, you can just put me in the background, you don't have to actually watch the video. So today's subject is gonna be more cringe than usual, so I warn you. But I wanna say that I have a feeling that a new dawn is gonna come into gaming. What I mean by this is I feel like Hollow Knight Silksong, Elden Ring, all of these games have shown, Clair Obscur is also a really good example. They have shown the gaming industry that something is possible, and that something is you just provide a good product and you will succeed. All of this time, these business people, these business managers, basically these business oriented people have gone on to making a lot of predatory customs into these industries, whether it be films like cinema, whether it be music, whether it be whatever. They have come as tourists and they have ensnared this beautiful medium, and they have put either their politics, their soulless like trend chasing, something like that, basically chasing the new meta. And here comes Hollow Knight Silksong and just tells them, we don't have to do that. We can make a Metroidvania in 2025 and it can be successful. Here comes Baldur's Gate. We can make a turn-based game and it can be successful. D&D type of game and it can be successful. Here comes Clair Obscur, another turn-based game. We can make it and we can be successful. We do not have to make a billion battle passes. We do not have to follow all of these predatory trends and all of these psychologically oriented attacks towards their audience. And attacks is a vast exaggeration. But what I want to say is that this is specifically catered to attack your psychology, to basically make you either log in for FOMO, either make you basically want to clock in at work whenever you're playing the video game. What will happen, and this is my prediction, what will happen is a lot of these tourists will be snuffed out of the industry because they simply do not work. They simply do not produce any monetary gain, and all of these business ventures and all of these business-oriented practices seem to be the opposite of what they actually intend to make, which is basically drying out money from their companies, which is opposite of what they intended. Anyway, I personally don't like Metroidvanias. I have tried to get into Metroidvanias with Blasphemous 1 and 2. I have bought the games. I just cannot get into it. I don't like. But I will try again. I think I will try again. I will go back to Blasphemous. I hope, I don't want to promise anything, but I think after so much positive reception, I have to try Hollow Knight. I just have to try it. Because, think about this. Everybody says it's so good. I really like the art design, by the way. I really like the art design. With Clair Obscur, for example, I just looked at the gameplay and I don't like it. But with Hollow Knight, even though it's a Metroidvania, I sort of like it. It seems weird, but I sort of like it. Anyway, let's get back into the subject. What I think will happen is there's going to be a new dawn in video game industries. All of these, and I hate to say this because I know this is just rhetoric used by a lot of people, and it makes me less believable to a lot of people, but a lot of these wokies and a lot of these far left activists are gonna be snuffed out of the gaming industry, and they'll finally be put into their mental asylums where they deserve to be, and they'll either get fired or put into in the mental asylums, or they're going to be put on an FBI or CIA, whichever one is the one that is making the list. They're going to be put on a list. While on this subject, I want to talk about how disgusting these people are. I briefly talked about in my September 10th video, I briefly talked about like all of these political activists basically berating and basically celebrating the death of the political commentator Charlie Kirk, which is absolutely horrid, absolutely disgusting and malevolent coming from them. It is just abhorrent what they are doing, and I can never understand this. I do not agree with the man either. I do not agree with a lot of the things that he said either. But whenever I see messagings like, oh, we should care about his children, but who cares about the children in Gaza? Like, if this is a genuine thought in your mind, you have a genuine pathology of your mind. a methodology in your mind is flawed. Something in your mind, a cog in the gears of your mind is flawed. And I am sorry to say this. It is very unfortunate that children are dying in Gaza. Everyone can agree. I mean, almost everybody can agree to this. Maybe Charlie Kirk wouldn't agree with this, but at the same time, that doesn't make it less so horrid to celebrate the death of this man, to celebrate the fact that his children saw their father die in front of them. Disgusting, disgusting behavior. It's as I would expect of these far left activists. And what I want, you know what? I am going to switch the subject. This subject is not about Charlie Kirk. This subject is about the gaming industry. But this subject was brought on by a lot of the Sucker Punch employees and Bungie employees that basically agreed and endorsed a lot of people that celebrated this man's death, and a lot of them got fired because of that. What I would want to say is, a lot of people say, oh, HR, go to complain to HR. HR agrees with them. HR are the Karens that agree with them. But yeah, things will change, because these people forget that they are a minority and the majority is loud. They thought that common sense is just common sense, it's common, but they found out that some people make it not as common as it seems. Common sense is coming back in the gaming community, I feel like, and in the world as a whole. I keep saying that I am hopeful for the future of the world. I am hopeful for the future of our governments, and I am hopeful that the gaming industry is gonna shift into a greater, more beautiful gaming industry, and it's not gonna return to its glory days, but this will be a different type of glory days. Not better, not worse, but a different kind. Not a bad kind. I cannot wait. Especially, I cannot wait to see what artistic vision people will bring without political activism and stuff like this. I cannot wait to see what kind of ideals they'll bring to the table. What kind of ideas, excuse me, not ideals. We are on the activism stuff, and I like ideals just came to mind. But I cannot wait to see what they're gonna bring to the table, which is gonna be definitely something great, which I applaud them for that. Hollow Knight Silksong was a very, very anticipated game. I have seen it anticipated for at least like one year. I'm gonna underestimate, I think even more, but people have been waiting for this game to release for a long time. I think 2015 or 16. When was Hollow Knight released? I forgot, I don't know. As I say, I'm not really with the Metroidvanias, but it seems like I'm gonna have to try them, because there is no way I will not have to try them. My rant has gone on too long. I think I'm gonna milk another like 1 minute to be safe for the advertisements, for the mid-roll ads. And oh my god, how could I forget this? This is the whole reason why I started this video. What I wanted to say is that Hollow Knight Silksong is basically like, a lot of people, why is it 20 euros? Why is it $20? Only $20. Why is it that little? Why is it that little? You know what they're doing? I will tell you. They are buying goodwill. You know what will happen when they'll release a new game, and let's say it will be 50 euros? Guaranteed 1 million sales. Guaranteed first day 1 million sales. You'll see. Time will tell. Maybe even more. You'll see. You know why? Because goodwill and mouth-to-mouth interactions with people, and I don't mean oral, like I don't mean, you know, I mean like literal, like I tell you that the video game is good, you are my friend, I tell you that the video game is good. That is the spine of advertisement. Think about this. Where did you hear about Elden Ring? Did you see some fancy commercial of Elden Ring? Personally, I saw it on Asmongold's stream. I never played any Souls games. I saw it. I said, that is the greatest video game I've ever seen. Same sentiment I felt when I first saw Classic WoW. And what did I do? I immediately bought it. Even the deluxe edition, I bought it, like the thicker one with like the poster and the I have right here on the PlayStation 5. Hold on, I don't wanna knock some things over, but right there I have the Elden Ring emblem, a sticker, and yeah, I immediately bought it. Word of mouth is the most important thing in advertisement. Period. People no longer believe in advertisements because the veil has been removed. We all know that they're lying. We all know that all they want to do is just to sell you a product. And what is happening now is who are the most effective advertisement campaigns or advertisement people or measures? Content creators, because they prey on the parasocial aspect of word of mouth. They prey on that, and prey is it intends malicious intent. I don't think it's malicious. I think most of the time it's really good. Sometimes it's bad. Like a lot of advertisements are really bad. Like who else remembers how many times you would see Raid Shadow Legends as a sponsor, you know? I think that we will see major changes in how this media is handled. And let's hope for the best. I hope for the best. I think, and I would bet on this, that good days are coming. Take care, boys. Have a nice day.